If you've ever wondered how to turn your ordinary yard into an amazing secret garden, this video's for you. Hi, I'm Sue from Garden Moxie. I've spent the last year studying historic garden design books and visiting famous gardens to learn what design features really separate the ordinary from the amazing. And in today's video, we're discussing how using vertical space in your garden is the key to creating an amazing garden design. It's incredible how much we can learn by studying historic gardens. And the one thing I've learned from studying these old gardens is that the gardeners were thinking in terms of creating a garden in layers, especially vertically. When you visit beautiful gardens, take notice of how the garden isn't only about what's at the ground level. It's about using the vertical spaces to the best of your advantage. And historic gardens are masterful at using every inch of space. And going beyond ground level is one of the easiest ways to add depth and interest to your outdoor space. And it doesn't require you to spend a fortune. So in this week's video, we're going to look at some examples and some inspiration on how you can add vertical elements to your garden. This concept of using vertical space might sound a bit intimidating at first, but don't worry. I think the best idea on how to approach this notion of vertical gardening is just to go through and talk about some examples. So in this image, we're looking at a perennial border at Hidcote. The garden has U pillars punctuating along the whole length of the border, adding vertical elements. So I used Photoshop and tried removing the U pillars to see what this border would look like. And again, I think this demonstrates the power of these vertical elements in this garden design. I realize the Photoshop editing is a bit cheesy, but the whole purpose here is just a rough sketch to again bring home this notion of how important vertical elements are. So let's look at another example. Here's an image I used in last week's video showing this beautiful pink flowering clematis at Barnsley House. So let's imagine what this space would look like without it. In this image, you can see that pink clematis really is a focal point. Now, if I was able to remove the tree behind it, you would really get a sense in your imagination of how much of a difference those vertical elements make to this garden design. I want to do one more cheesy Photoshop edit just to drive this point home. So here's an image again from Barnsley House. And here's my cheesy Photoshop edit that shows what this space could look like if the dogwood tree wasn't there. When most people think of gardening, they focus on what's at eye level or below. Adding in taller, narrower plants can instantly make your outdoor space feel more dynamic. And small or column-shaped trees, certain varieties like junipers or ornamental trees that are in standard form can draw your eye upward and give your garden that added layer of interest. And don't worry about the garden feeling cramped. Choosing slim, upright varieties allows you to enjoy the beauty of the trees without taking up too much space. By being smart with your plant selection, you can still maintain open walkways and sitting areas, but still achieve that lush vertical effect. Think of these trees and shrubs as accents rather than centerpieces, and they work with your existing plants to balance out the overall look. One of the best parts about adding trees or tall shrubs is how they provide subtle privacy and shade without completely enclosing your garden. They act as natural screens and give you a cozy retreat feeling for reading or entertaining, all while keeping an open-air feeling. Plus, the birds and the beneficial insects will love having extra places to perch. One of the things that I've really taken note of lately are that walls and fences are the perfect blank canvases for decorating your garden and your patio. Instead of leaving a wall or a fence just blank, I think it's a good idea to think of them as design opportunities. These vertical spaces can bring a sense of personality and flair to your patio area and your garden. So let's just go through some examples of ways that you can decorate a wall or a fence. Focused on trying to decorate the brick wall in my patio area. I've got wool planters, but I've also used brick clips to attach these containers with the purple heart plant and these small mirrors. I think when you're looking at these spaces, it's important to think and add the elements that you like. Just like how when you decorate the inside of your house, you're selecting artifacts and different objects that really reflect your own personality, and the same holds true of the garden. You can cover your gates with different wreaths that you make, or different things that you buy at the thrift store. These items don't need to be expensive, but when you add these vertical elements and you add these personal touches to your garden, it really makes your garden special. Another way that you can add vertical elements to the garden is by adding things like bird baths or trellises and arbors. These standalone structures can quickly become focal points, and they can add height and visual interest in just the right spot. And a bird bath perched on a pedestal not only encourages visitors to the garden, it also adds a little sense of romance and sophistication to your garden design. Trellises are wonderful to add to support climbing plants, but they can also stand alone as decorative features in the garden. If you place one behind a seating area or a garden bench, you instantly create a cozy little nook. Arbors are another wonderful way to introduce some height and vertical interest to the garden. These can be used to create a beautiful entryway from one area of the garden to another and create these wonderful areas of transition between the different sections of your garden. You can add climbing vines or hang small wind chimes on the arbor's arms. When you do something like that, it adds a little extra spark of magic. The idea is to create experiences as you wander through your garden. And I still continue to learn important lessons when I visit local garden centers. Let's not forget the charm of a vine-covered wall, like you can see here at Detroit Garden Works. The use of the vertical space in their display area is a masterclass in vertical gardening, as well as just looking at the front of their store. I think it's important to remember there's no single right way to create a magical garden. But by going vertical, I think we can unlock so many possibilities of color, texture, and style. So get creative and bold, and don't be afraid to learn through trial and error. With a little ingenuity, we can create a garden retreat right in our own backyards. I'd love to hear your opinion of adding vertical elements to your garden. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.